This is Helios, and he went from being stuck at 2K per month as a video editor to landing 3 clients while being on a vacation, and shortly after started making $10,000 per month. So I wanted to interview him to break down what he did.
Weekend holiday with my girl, and I literally closed like 3 clients on holiday, like from a laptop.
What he wished he'd done differently.
It would be a lot better to make 10K in 3 months compared to a year.
How he landed these clients.
Day after, like literally 24 hours after I got an inbound from a YouTuber whose channel had recently blown up.
And what you guys can do to land higher paying clients faster. Enjoy.
Like when you first joined, walk me through like how much like were you making at that point?
I was making around 3-4K per month. I had literally just made 4K the previous month, and then I wasn't so sure if I would do the same thing the next month. I was unsatisfied with that income because I knew that more was possible, and I know people who were making more money. I've always been competitive in like everything that I do, so I just had to ball out. I just had to be there, I simply wanted to be able to help out my family, which I don't want to be misunderstood right here. They're doing super well, but I wanted to be able to, make sure to be there for them. Even if things go bad, even like in the worst possible scenarios, they could count on me. That was my point that I wanted to reach.
You reached a big milestone recently, which is 10K per month.
Thank you.
Like, how did you feel when you reached that?
So basically, I live in a second world country where the minimum wage is like $400 and the average wage is 600. So even before, when I was making 3 to 4K, I was living like super comfortably. I could afford like pretty much everything.
Yeah.
But when I started making 10K, when I first made 10K, gifted my brother a whole PC setup to me like 2K. That felt amazing because when I was that age, I would be the happiest person alive if I had somebody, especially my older brother, gift me something like that. Which I do not have an older brother, but I'd love to have one. And if he did that for me, I would be like, damn, I'm glad this guy is my brother. The first thing and the biggest thing that changed is like the amount of money I could spend on like stupid degenerate shit. I bought myself a VR headset, for example, which I totally didn't need.
Okay.
I buy watches sometimes, and yeah, shit like that. I spend money on useless stuff.
Like when I first messaged you, what was like your first impression? It's like I DM'd you on Discord, I remember.
Well, there was like one hell of a coincidence because I was like literally watching your YouTube channel the night before. I had so much thoughts in my head about what I could learn, what more knowledge I could gain. And then you messaged and I was like super interested into that call. I had some expenses at the time that I had to like plan for. But even that didn't hold me back because in my mind I was like, okay, I'm eventually gonna hit 10K. It may take me like a year, it may take me like 2 years, year and a half, I don't know, but I'm gonna do it. So I was like, it's super simple. Like it would be a lot better to make 10K in 3 months, like to hit the goal in 3 months compared to a year. So that's why I joined.
And I assume like you didn't wait when that opportunity like came when you started tier 1 editors because you want to be competitive. You know that there's other video editors who are gonna overtake you if you spend your time like thinking about it and like spend weeks before joining.
Yeah, so I always like kind of rush into my decisions because the more time I spend like thinking about stuff, the more I delay and the more likely it is to actually not commit to anything. So whenever I have to make like a tough decision like that one, I just simply do it and then figure it out along the way. I don't overthink about it that much because that way, like, the only thing that's gonna happen is more reasons not to join are gonna pop up, which is like thing that your brain does,
fear,
to keep you inside of your comfort bubble.
And like after joining, like what do you think about the automation, the coaching, the editing reviews? You had me, of course, like one-to-one at all of the other people inside. What did you feel?
Well, the automation by itself was like really big because it helped me like close few of my biggest clients so far. I think that the unlimited reviews that I got were like super helpful because it led me to developing a certain style that I now have that when people see that, they're like, okay, this is Helios style. So
Yeah.
you helped me figure out how to stand out in the Roblox niche, which
Yeah.
is the main niche that I'm editing in right now. Even better than that, you helped me like implement the basics that I already knew and take them to a whole another level.
Yeah.
So I'd say I'm extremely satisfied.
You also like DM'd me like the automation is doing LeBron numbers right now, which I found very funny.
It was though. When I sent that message, I
Yeah.
was literally like on weekend holiday with my girl, and
Yeah.
I literally closed like 3 clients on holiday, like from a laptop.
Yeah.
Crazy work.
Like you weren't even working, you were just enjoying your life.
Yeah. That was like literally peak happiness right there.
Do you know like how long it took you till you made your money back from the program? Can you estimate it?
I made my money like really quickly because day after, like literally 24 hours after I joined the program, I got an inbound from a YouTuber whose channel had recently blown up,
Yeah.
and he was like interested in daily videos.
Yeah. I
So
remember.
I was going to be editing 30 videos a month, which is like 3K constantly. Plus, I get to improve my workflow. I get to be faster, and stuff like that. So I saw it as an opportunity.
And how
I
many?
made my money back like maybe a week or 2.
And how many like multiples ever since have you like of the investment you think you made?
A lot. Like I need to do math inside of my head to be able to tell.
Like I'd assume 20, 30, 40x.
Yeah.
Like for someone who's looking at the page right now, because we're gonna put like the interview in the page somewhere. And
Okay.
like before booking the call with me, and he's skeptical about it, what would you tell him?
I think that the thing I'd say to that person is just go for it, because in the worst possible scenario, if you think about it this way, the worst thing that's gonna happen is like you're gonna spend your money and you're gonna feel bad about spending your money, so bad in fact that you're gonna want to make it back as fast as possible. In the very worst scenario that you don't learn anything, don't get any benefits, like that's not happening, but let's say it does. In the very worst scenario, you're going to be eager to be working more so that you can make your money back. I have this principle, whereas I don't take advice from nobody except the people that are at the position where I want to be in the future. So I knew that you were making a lot of money through video editing. I've seen your work, I've watched your channel, and I've seen you like in some communities. So you were a trustworthy person to me. That's why I decided to join and listen to you, because you had already reached the goal that I had for myself, so you could give me the shortcut to it instead of having me figure it out by myself.
What would you tell
He's
your
available.
your younger self when you first like stumbled even on my YouTube videos? What would you tell yourself?
I would tell myself, like, listen to whatever this guy says and just go through with it. Just do it. Just grind. Just remember that lucky days are bound to happen, and you can't miss a lucky day if you show up every day. That's all I have to say.
Any final notes from this entire experience as a tier 1 editor?
If I have to summarize the entire experience into a few notes, that would be, first of all, you become way more responsible than you were, which is a great thing because this guy right here is gonna keep you accountable all the time. Second, you're gonna learn a lot because he's also gonna roast the fuck out of your edits. Third, the automated outreach is a lifesaver.
And if you're a freelance video editor and want to hit 5 to 10k per month in the next 180 days, or you simply don't pay, then you can click the first link in the description to see if you're qualified to use all of the systems that helped all of these people make 10k per month.